Hey guys, it's Cynthia again, and I am getting you back with a GUR tutorial. So what GURs are, it's General University Requirements, and that is for Western Washington University. So this is really what you are going to be given at your freshman orientation with Western. Most freshman students get this, and it's at a packet, and this particular page will be at the end of the packet. Many students will lose this, so luckily there is an online version. I recommend going ahead and looking into this before you even come to Western and register for classes. If you already know that you are coming to Western and that's the college that you're going to, it would be really helpful to get a look into the core classes that you are required to complete credit-wise. So this is pretty much it. If you are undecided, that meaning that you are unsure what major you want to go to, what field of study you're interested in, that is completely okay. I was undecided when I was coming to Western. What you really want to do when you're undecided is just go ahead and knock out these GURs. Just take GURs your first 2 years here. That will pretty much, have you set in until you decide what you really want. Um, and if you are, getting into more science or math, you can take more classes that are related to that subject and still kind of complete these different segments here. So what I did to look up this page is I actually just Googled GURs, WW 2020-2021 checklist, and it should be this one right here. So that should be the third thing that shows up because it says PDF. So I'll just click on it to show you, yep, it's the same thing. It technically is this first link here too, because this is the actual website with Western. However, it does not link this actual PDF on here. I'm not sure why. I feel like they should, because that would be really helpful. But it lays it out in a different way. So it still shows up all these different components and subjects that you have to take. So like the communications, which is ACOM, BCOM, and CCOM, it still shows up on this website. However, it gets a little confusing, and you have to go through like a bunch of links to see everything. So yeah, but you can definitely use this website while using this checklist, so you can look at classes that go or fall into the category. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this PDF here. What you do is you will, look at this and see what you need. You kind of just write down what you take. So let's see here. Okay, so I know one class that all Western students have to take, and they primarily will take their first year here with Western, is English 101. And I guess the only other way to opt out of taking English 101 is if you took an AP, literature English class at your high school or other program you did, and you scored a 4 or 5. So if that's the case for you, you check that off and you would write down the credits that transferred over. Make sure you talk to an advisor and your school counselor here to make sure that those credits do transfer over. If not, then you're just going to be taking the English 101 class here, and that is 5 credits, so you'd put 5. And it is an ACOM GUR, so you would just check that off right here, and that's pretty much it for that. So this whole PDF actually comes at the end of a packet. I could not locate that packet anywhere online, but that's where this website comes handy. That's when you can search up classes that fall under those, I guess, categories. So let's go ahead and do humanities as an example. So humanities goes under let's, okay, let me, okay. Humanities, let's press on that. And with humanities, you have to complete 12 credits minimum and 3 of them, or 3 or more approved courses from at least 2 different departments. So let's go ahead and look at them. So for humanities, when it says 2 different departments, that means that you have to at least take 1 class from, let's say, the art department and 1 class from classical studies. It's just saying that at least, let's say you take most of your classes with the art department, so art history, at least one of those classes has to be a different subject for you to complete the humanities category. So I know one really big one for incoming freshmen is Art 109. However, it is 3 credits. It is not 5 credits. So you want to make sure that you try to at least get up to 15 credits if you are taking this 1 quarter with 2 other 5 credit classes. You might want to look into a class that is 2 credits or 2 1 credit classes. Sorry if that was a little confusing, but you kind of don't want to fall behind on your credits just because, you know, you could graduate later. And it could really impact you. I know it's been impacting me, and I've been having to load up on 4 classes a quarter, which can be really hard sometimes. But just as an example for this, we are going to use this class. So when you press on it, it gives you, oh, see right here, GUR, it is a humanities. So like I said, when you press on it, it just gives you a little bit of a summary for this. You can also look up humanities classes through Class Finder. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, let me see, can I move this? Okay, let's see. There we go. There we go. Class Finder with Western. So I was looking at humanities. So we're going to search up humanities here. And we're going to look at fall 2020 quarter. And here it is. That's also all the classes that fall under the humanities category. So it should, yeah, it should also say it here. If you're looking up in different categories or in general, just classes, it will list it right here. So that's how you know it's also humanities. It will have hum. Let's see here. It also says it here. Okay, so they are offering it for fall 2020 quarter. However, this first one, it is all filled up, but this one is still available. So let's just go ahead and use this one that's available as an example. And let's fill that in. So it is Art 109. It is 3 credits, I believe, yeah. And you just box that off. And usually you can fill this out at the beginning of a quarter. Yeah, I would recommend filling it out at the beginning of the quarter. But usually sometimes, you know, within the first week of the quarter, you may drop a class and change into a different class. So let's say you drop Art 109, you just delete this and then put in what other class you take. So let's say instead of Art 109 for Humanities, you take a different Humanities class because you just did not like that art class. Let's look up another Humanities class. Let's look for a good one. I know these Humanities can kind of be dull. Oh, so right here, music is really, really common. What everyone really takes for the Humanities GUR. I know I took the our music. I did 104 and 105. 105 is really, really easy if you want that straight up A. Fun fact, just do that and you're really set. It's super easy. So let's go ahead and use that one as an example. Music 105. So let's see if it is available for that quarter. So music, it is available. This one is filled up, but there is another one here. So let's look at 105 right here. Okay, yeah, so it is available. That is great. So remember, you're gonna want to keep that CRN if you want to register for this class. I will make another tutorial on this, and I did explain this in the tutorial with Class Finder. So let's go ahead and just fill that in. 105, and let's see, it was 3 credits. 3 credits, and there you go. That's pretty much it. And you would just fill this out as you go and make sure that you complete the minimum credits that they're asking for. So, oops, I actually put this in the wrong one. So make sure that you're completing the credits that they're asking for. Like I said, you can fall behind on credits. So you may want to fill it up if you can. If not, just watch that. Maybe pick up another extra class the next quarter. If not, best of luck to you. I know I fell behind on credits. It can get pretty hard, but don't stress out too much over it. It is completely okay if you do not finish college within the 4 years. I think I said this before in another tutorial, but the 4 years is really glorified in all this pop culture, when in reality most people don't finish in 4 years. Most people could take 5 to 8 years just to earn their bachelor's degree, because it really depends if you even get into the program that you're interested in. And if you take any breaks, if you take a quarter off, all these things can happen. So take it at your own pace. But yeah, that's all you have to do. You just fill this out as you're knocking out those GURs. I really recommend doing as many GURs as you can in your first 2 years at Western, just because they can get in the way of your major. I know with me in particular, I'm majoring in human services. This year, human services only met once a week for class, and we met 4 hours. So yeah, class was long. It was only once a week though, and it was 4 hours. And it can get pretty annoying if you had your human services classes, you only meet once a week, and you had a normal GUR class where you meet either every single day of the week or 3 times a week. Just because, you kind of get used to your new schedule. You don't want to go to campus more than you want to, I guess, just to do these GUR classes. So if you're anything like me, where you want to get this done first and later focus on your major and your minor and other interests, definitely I suggest doing these GURs and just hitting them out first. Also check in with an advisor if you are interested in a specific area. I said this earlier, I was undecided, that's completely okay. But let's say you are interested in math. Um, you could actually take, if there's any humanities classes that are related to math in any way, you could be potentially be, hitting what's the term? Two birds with one stone. You could be also getting the credit for that and also getting the credit that could be towards that major later down the line once you apply for that major. So that's always a plus, getting finished early. And yeah, hopefully this was helpful. Print this out if you can, save it, save an online copy, do whatever you'd like with this. A lot of people use this, but it's really great to organize and see where everything is. Um, Later, you can see everything that you've done, your GURs and other classes, and that would be on DegreeWorks. Um, this tutorial is specifically for incoming freshmen, just because your orientation will introduce you to this page layout and what GURs are. I just thought it would be helpful to explain this paper for you, and if anyone likes checklists and being organized like me, this is something that you'll really utilize and you will keep. If not, if you like everything being in one place, so your major classes, minor classes, GUR classes, everything that is required to graduate from Western, not just GURs, that would be on DegreeWorks, and I will do a separate tutorial on that. So hopefully this was helpful and you guys have a great day.